Hello, audience. It's time for Mediation Talk. Mediation Talk is edutainment meant to teach you in a fun and entertaining way about the effects of
Sounds
mediation
good,
in lieu of litigation and avoiding those expensive legal fees. Mediation Talk offers an amicable and economical approach to any and all conflict issues. Now, let's take the emotion out of the commotion with your hosts, Michael Irish and Diann Wilson.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to Mediation Talk, where we try to take the emotion out of the commotion with mediation and not litigation. Even though we have a lawyer here, we try to keep him mediating than litigating, and he likes that a lot better because he doesn't like to litigate, and he'll tell you about that later. Anyhow, guess what, everyone? We are here at beautiful Seasons 52. We're so excited because we have Chelsea, our Beverage sales manager, and anyone can think about being this wonderful lady joining us today, and she's going to be our guest. So welcome, Chelsea, and come have a seat, put on the headset, and join us. It's so good to have her. And by the way, everyone, we are at the Biltmore Fashion Park, and we are at the Seasons 52, like I said. It's one of my favorite places. Been coming here a long time. Hi, Chelsea.
Hi.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
It's the first time I've seen your actually face and beautiful teeth without our mask on all these months. And we're really happy to have you here. And thank you for providing us this opportunity.
Absolutely.
And now I want to make sure that I'm not in your way.
You're good.
And thank you. She helped set us up. She brought us water. I mean, I feel like I'm being waited on here, and we're like putting a show together. And I thought that you would love it too, because when she told me that she was a sports announcer, here's Mr. Sports Announcer himself, Michael Irish.
Right?
Somewhat, kind of, in the past, maybe, yeah.
I know, same. It was a different lifetime ago.
It was college, yeah.
Galaxy far, far away. So.
Right, but I think it's interesting because she's used to being put a headset on and having a microphone in front of her.
Yeah.
And so anyhow, Chelsea, I just want to welcome you, and we love the restaurant, like we said, but I think Michael wants to ask you a few questions about some of the issues that you've had during this pandemic and this COVID period, which we hate. Now, people are allowed to walk in here without a mask if they like to or not, but you're still doing a lot of wonderful things to keep the place safe and clean. So, Michael, fire away, Michael. She's ready.
Well, I mean, that you led right into the first question is, what is it you guys are doing here at Seasons 52 at the Biltmore to encourage customers to come in, feel safe, and what have you, to enjoy the restaurant experience?
Sure. Since the restaurants reopened in May, from the get-go, Seasons 52 has practiced social distancing, limited capacity seating. We have heightened sanitation measures, even down to clean pens into the dirty pens. And
these are clean.
Yes, those are all clean. Yes.
I like these pens because guess what?
I bring mine from home.
Yeah, well, these are cleaner than yours.
And that's a stylus as well. So.
And I like the stylus.
Yeah.
Okay, not too much.
So heightened sanitation measures. Darden, our parent company, has invested a lot into making sure that our team members and our guests are very safe. So in addition to that, team members wearing masks before it was ever a mandate. We were always suggesting that guests also wear masks. Obviously, when Maricopa County came down with the mask mandate, then it was required of anybody 2 years and older to wear a mask while not seated at their table. So we've done our best to try to enforce that, and just to keep everybody safe and happy and healthy. And we've still been able to garner great support from our community, have growing sales week over week, even still through limited capacity or social distancing. And we're blessed to have a really large restaurant with 2 fabulous patios. So in the end of it, you don't really lose capacity because we've been able to kind of expand our patios, expand the outside space, and be able to utilize that to our
noticed
advantage.
that you expanded the patio way back there. It's just beautiful, very nice, and they decorated it beautifully. Yeah, very nice.
Thank
so
you.
you have people coming on the patio tonight, so they can sit up here and eat if they want.
Yep, we'll be full
if we're not
on the patio tonight.
If we're not out of here.
Assuming we wrap up within a reasonable time
Yeah,
frame.
we'll just start
Yes.
bringing you guys appetizers.
Well,
and
You know,
we would
some
love
drinks
that.
it
and-
wouldn't be the first time.
Right?
Yes, we would love that. We love
Perfect.
the lobster. We love all the.
Yeah,
all your
I think we can make
appetizers.
some things
I'll take
happen.
the left side of the menu, please.
Yeah. Side B.
Well,
Thank you.
that would be really, really
Yeah.
great. Any other questions you want to ask her? That's a good answer about. I like the heightened sanitation measures.
Yes, and I forgot this too, but team member well checks. Everybody that's reporting for a shift gets a temperature taken, gets a screening question. Are you experiencing any COVID symptoms? Have you come in contact with anybody with positive with COVID, etc.? So that's everybody every
that's
shift.
great.
So even somebody coming back from a double that's been gone maybe an hour, we still do that temperature check. So just a lot of things that, a lot of procedures that we've put in place to really keep our team healthy. And luckily, we've really come through this pretty unscathed as far as that goes. I can't say that about all of the restaurants in Phoenix, but we've done a really great job of keeping our team and our guests safe. So,
Oh, that's super.
Yeah.
What about any complaints or problems with neighbors around here? You always have those
Well,
questions.
and that's what I kind of in that, and that we had a neighbor-tenant dispute last week at location, and I have another one that I want to talk about this week that happened with my office. But in terms of, we are a dispute show, we
Sure.
are a mediation topic. So what in the last year or so, or recently, that you can actually talk about, have you experienced dispute-wise, and then how were you able to come to a mutual resolution with the other party?
sure.
If you were to.
If I were to, well, as a restaurant manager, I always try and come to a solution that both parties can agree to, and try and come to that compromise. But I would say maybe the best example that I could speak to, at least, we have some lovely neighbors on the other side of our patio here. On the weekends, they have like music, and since we've been seating this back patio area, sometimes the music artists have been less desirable for our clientele. Let's just put it that way.
Are we hearing music in our headsets?
That's our patio music.
Oh,
so,
that's
but they,
you.
yeah,
Okay,
but they
I
have like live music set up, and
Oh.
it's like obviously, since it's out on the patio and our patios are adjacent, then whatever they're playing is the music that our guests are also experiencing, which is honestly mostly fine. But the first couple weekends they started doing this, it was more of like a DJ type thing, and our clientele is very much not a DJ type thing.
I can
When
understand.
they're coming out
I'm not a
to-
DJ type
Yeah,
person myself.
Yeah. So
right.
the first couple weekends were a little shaky. Like we had to go over and be like, "Hey, can you please turn down the music?" It's like shaking our walls while our guests are trying to enjoy their dining experience. It was a little difficult at first, but we kind of extended the olive branch and try and like take care of each other's teams and throw each other food and kind of do that so that when these conflicts arrive, we have kind of that baseline camaraderie, fellowship in the industry, so that we can resolve these issues without them becoming actual issues.
Without having to get someone like me involved.
Exactly.
Michael handles
So-
those kinds of landlord-tenant
Yeah.
disputes.
But now they have lovely like acoustic sets that come in, like single artist acoustic sets, and it actually like helps our patio business on the north patio here. So it resolved itself with some just good old like neighbor, kind-heartedness.
Right.
So.
You weren't telling on one another.
No.
Well, and that's what's good here, 'cause it sounds like the relationship has become a positive one since this experience, and so you were able to take the emotion out of the commotion.
You did, and that's what we say. We take the emotion out of the commotion.
Exactly.
It seems like you had a really great solution to that.
Yes.
I'm very proud of you.
Thank you.
Who's not going to listen to her? Okay. I mean, and
I do my
speaking
best.
of which, yeah, you also have Jennifer Patterson in there.
Yes.
Who is absolutely very beautiful.
Yep.
She's allowed to come out here and say hello.
Yeah.
She wants- and
I'll
you're-
send her by.
And your great chef, Jesse Gutierrez.
Gutierrez, yeah.
Gutierrez, okay. And then you have the other sous chef was Anthony
Ortiz.
And they always come by and say, hi, how are you? And
Yep.
I love when chefs say that.
Yes.
And come out and say
Sample
Our
this
chefs-
amuse-bouche.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, I do. I think it's wonderful when they do that. But you do. You have a great staff of people. And your bar is wonderful.
Thank you.
I was
Yes.
telling Michael, and I was telling you, I think I was coming here, and I'm aging myself, years and years ago. I forget when it was, probably in the 90s, when you had a piano player in there. And that
That was-
piano player was right in the center of the bar, And we would come in and he would play jazz and we loved him.
Mm-hmm.
And for years we would do that. And we always had a group of people that would come in and listen to him. But apparently everybody would come around the bar, but they wouldn't eat. They just
They
drank.
get like a
Just listen to
soda
music?
or something. Yeah.
They just listen to the music and you
Yeah.
say, hey, wait a minute, you can't do that unless you eat something now.
Yeah.
But I think that's what happened. It became an economic problem for you because you couldn't handle or afford to have people just sitting around the bar just listening to this great piano player
Sure.
without eating. Is that what happened? Or?
You know what, that it predates me, that decision, but I can tell you that there are just a small handful of Seasons 52s left in the company that still have piano players. So if you ever find yourself out in Costa Mesa,
okay.
North Coast Plaza,
Been
that location still
We've
has
been
their
in there.
piano. Yeah, still
Right.
has their piano. So.
Right, and that piano sat up, if I recall.
Yep. So if you go into our bar
I
right
wasn't
now,
there.
there's like
You
a.
weren't born yet.
Probably not.
When were
Prob-
you born? 19 what?
I'm an 85 baby.
Oh, this was you were
88,
5
my
years
friends.
old.
Yeah.
You were,
So it sounds like this piano bar predates us both.
both
Yes.
of you. That's how old I am. I mean, I remember every store in this place.
Right.
I remember the elevator that would take you up to the Bamboo Club.
Yep.
And you'd walk into all the restaurants, and it's gone.
I know. I used to come
Yeah.
here to the coffee plantation during
Oh, you did?
during my high school years. So
Then you remember.
yeah,
You
I remember all
yourself.
of it. Yeah,
This
absolutely.
is great.
Yeah.
This has always been one of my favorite places to come to. So what
you.
other issues have you had? Michael, you have more questions?
No, that was going to be my next question. Besides what we just discussed, what other issues have you faced from COVID that you were either able to resolve or not resolve? Show your chair.
I feel like because of the management team that we have and then the support from Darden, from our restaurant support center, that any conflicts that have arisen, we've been able to take care of and come to a solution. Whether it's been, coming together with mall management about how do we solve sales, how do we drive sales, with limited capacity inside. And from mall management and us, we kind of decided, let's expand the patios, and then instead, of us having a seat every other table in the restaurant, we just took the extra tables that were not being utilized and added them to our patio. So, I think COVID presented a lot of challenges just in general. I mean, it's been one of the hardest years I've ever experienced in my professional life. Probably one of the hardest days of my life professionally was walking my staff out when we closed in March.
Oh, that would be tough.
It was heartbreaking, and not knowing kind of what the future was going to hold. But with a strong management team, strong support center, we've been able to overcome a lot of these issues and disputes and things like that. I think our biggest challenge right now is staffing, but that's
The unavailability to hire people?
Yeah.
That was the same
We
issue they had last
issue
week.
with Kim up in
People,
Lamari.
if you need a job, Seasons 52 is hiring.
Good people.
Yes.
We've gotten really, our team. We have a wonderful team. I'm very blessed. They make me look very good as a manager. And we've been able to hire some really awesome people. But, the challenge is that since, I would say probably about 4 weeks ago, 6 weeks ago, maybe tops, it was like a light switch with business volume. People started feeling more comfortable coming out more often. And week over week, we're increasing in sales, 10, 15, 20%. But you have to keep up staffing with that. So, that presents its own challenge, and kind of working with a sense of urgency to get that resolved, and continue to hire good people. And we all know how important that is. Can't just hire anybody. You got to make sure everybody's going to fit in with the team, so you don't have disputes.
Yeah. Well,
so you don't get into situations. So yeah.
Yeah, that is interesting because my friends that were really hyper about going anywhere during the COVID said, no, we're not going to any restaurants unless we can sit on a patio. And your place was one of the ones we would come to because they would sit on the patio. I mean, I had a lot of people that would not go anywhere unless they could have patio seating. So this is wonderful that you did the patio seating, so it makes it a little bit more, successful for you. that
Sure.
you did open up the patio seating. And I've seen even in New York City that they were having the street shut down and everybody's
Sitting on the sidewalks.
Right. Yeah.
out on the sidewalks and in the street, you
Well,
know.
it sounds like it was a situation where the restaurant, and you mentioned you work with mall management. I'm assuming that's the landlord or someone on behalf of the landlord.
That's correct. Yeah.
Who are they?
Macerich is Macerich owns and operates Biltmore. They also do Kierland Commons. They have Paradise Valley Mall.
I thought that Kierland was Westcor.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's Macerich.
Well, I don't know. We have to go after some of these people. Some of our friends said, no, we can't do a show here because we have to go through Westcor or whatever.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
they've been super supportive. They,
Good.
you know, whatever we can do to drive sales, that's their ultimate goal. So
They want to keep open too.
yeah, absolutely. So
They're
and-
happy. They're happy, right?
Yeah,
Michael?
you know, and I think they recognize as well that, you know, through the shutdown, the businesses that were operating in this mall, when all the retail stores couldn't be open, were the restaurants. You know, even though we were takeout only, we were driving, you know, the sales for the property. So, and that's true to this property or Kierland or what have you. So, you know, I think they definitely hold, you know, their restaurants near and dear to their heart, and they want to do right by us. So, you know, you might have some things where it's like, well, this is your landscaping and this is our landscaping and things like that. But, you know, it's, at the end of the day, it's pretty clear cut. I think we all want the same thing and to be successful.
Landscaping there?
What's that?
Is that your landscaping there?
So these little planters behind us are actually, I replanted these after the summer myself.
Beautiful.
So yeah, thank you. They're still pretty new, but
So
it's
they're yours?
yeah, they're mine. They're my babies. I call them my babies. So same with the front patio planters.
Oh, they're beautiful.
We just needed to spruce it up, and I didn't, you know, COVID calls for doing things and getting resourceful by yourself, and oftentimes not contracting out stuff that you used to contract out because, you know, you want to protect your margins and be a successful business and, you know, do all of those things. So it just calls on you to roll up the sleeves a little bit and, you know.
Find your own solution.
Exactly.
She can do anything. You know, she's a mother. She runs this place, and what else do you do? I mean, what
Gardener, you know, sales manager, all of it. No.
else? All of it.
I
Helping
change
the
out-
studio set up.
Right?
Yeah, I said to her, hey, you're a great producer here.
Thank
Come on,
you,
we need
thank
you.
you.
Speaking of which, we are looking for an intern if anyone is interested. And we don't pay them anything, but we could feed them after we're finished.
Right?
But we can do an internship program here for broadcasting if anybody's interested.
Wonderful.
So that would be kind of good. You even had somebody here that went off and took off to the Air Force.
They did, yeah,
Yes.
Miss Kennedy. Yep,
Miss Kennedy,
absolutely.
She was a doll. So
Absolutely.
They've had great people here too, by the way, Michael. So what,
Excellent.
what else were you going to ask? You were asking her something else about landlord-tenant dispute. It was
I
really
mean,
about the people and
I had my whole list of
she
topics
had
from
any,
last week.
any poisoning or any,
Well, the
I mean, they
common
don't poison people here.
one of the
No,
common
we try not-
issues
we try not to do that.
one of the common issues that
Food
people
poisoning.
were facing was lack of product because
Oh,
with COVID,
yeah.
transportation's been shut down all over. Which
Yep.
okay, if you were trying to get seafood, which was the issue last week,
Mm-hmm.
they actually had to go pick it up themselves at a warehouse rather than having it delivered every day.
Sure.
And so for you guys, one of the common things we've noticed around the world right now with the pandemic is lack of supply.
Yep.
And so have you guys faced that, and if so, how have you resolved it?
Yeah, so absolutely. So I handle all the liquor ordering for the restaurant, so liquor, beer, wine, and like our distributors are wonderful, and they're dealing with a really difficult time right now because, you know, whether it's stuff being stuck in port, that's like being shipped from overseas, or the wineries themselves just like, you know, we're not the only ones that went down in staffing. Everybody did, you know, so trying to keep up with like the building demand, and now it's kind of exponentially grown. That's really put a lot of pressure on our distribution systems, not just liquor, beer, wine, you know, those distributors, but, you know, any like major food suppliers, purveyors, you know, even down to, you know, companies that provide, you know, sanitation products and things like that.
Yeah.
You know, I think everyone was anticipating business returning and growing, but I think it's happened more exponentially than the systems can keep up with. So that's been a huge challenge as well. So almost like parallel to like, you know, a metaphor, analogy to how we are handling staffing right now. You know,
Right.
you're trying to keep up with that business volume, but there's kind of only so much you can
much
do
you can
on the
do.
fly.
Well, it's
you
also
know?
a good problem to have right now.
Yeah, exactly.
We
So-
need more employees because we have too much business.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
No,
wonderful.
that's the problem.
Kind of the
everybody-
opposite of a year ago.
Exactly.
Well, the sanitation products is tough. Maybe you could just tell everybody to bring their own toilet paper.
Right. It's different from
And-
last year when
and-
we were locking our toilet paper away.
And if you do, then we will give you an extra appetizer or something.
yeah, free flatbread.
Yeah,
Yeah,
free flatbread.
I think that might bring in an issue with the health department.
Yeah,
so I'm not so sure
Probably.
they want to go do that. We want to avoid mediation topics.
Yeah.
Because
But,
as I also mentioned last week, the health department, they have a zero tolerance policy. You don't really get to mediate with them. They just tell you what happens and then it's over.
yeah,
Well,
definitely.
we want to make sure that she has all of her sanitation products. You
Oh,
can
yeah.
always call me. I
We
have
always
so much
have it in
toilet
supply.
paper.
We find a
Right.
way. We find a way. But yeah,
Right.
it's definitely, at least on the wine side, like it seems like there's always like one particular wine or another that's out of stock week to week. So it's
Oh,
just,
yeah.
you have to get creative with your ordering, and, you know, kind of take advantage of what you can get when you can get it. You might have to stock up like more than you would normally, but at least, you know, you'll have that product for a couple weeks and you're not disappointing your guests being out of a certain product.
Well,
so.
she was really nice. She said, "Would you like a glass of wine, Diane?" I went, "Oh God, I would love one." But
Maybe in about 90 minutes.
I don't know. I think it is a happy hour somewhere in the
Yeah,
world, right?
exactly. It's 5
but
o'clock
I know,
somewhere.
I know. You have to keep your order of prosecco in for me.
Yes,
Okay,
we
that's
do.
right.
We
so that
always
we
will
can
have that.
always have the prosecco because some people don't. They
Yeah.
run out of it.
Yeah.
I was so surprised, and actually, I don't drink anything else.
Mm-hmm.
And Michael, you don't drink anything.
No.
No.
I would run to the store and get it for you if we were ever
Oh,
out. So,
she would. She would too.
although we can't technically do that, but it's okay.
No, but
we'll make it work.
Well, I don't carry any in my bag or in my purse or anything.
You don't have a
I'm
pocket
not,
prosecco?
I'm not that
Come on,
bad
Diane.
yet.
But she admits on air.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not kidding. It's right under here, right?
Right.
So did she
That's it.
cover everything that you wanted to ask her,
We've
Michael?
covered more than I thought we were going to. That's
Wow,
no,
and
we've been great.
We wanted to
Awesome.
get her on here quick because she has to wait on people, but I do want to ask you something, if you don't mind. I think we talked about this already. What makes your restaurant so great? Other than your wonderful staff, what makes you want people to come here? What can we tell people? If
Sure.
you had that opportunity now, say,
This is your platform.
Why-
This is my elevator pitch.
you tell us. You tell us why this place is so great.
Well, I mean, you took the words right out of my mouth. Number one, it's our team. We have incredibly wonderful staff that personalize every experience for our guests. So they truly have hospitality in their hearts. And they love this job and they love this place. And that shines through, I think, to the experience that gets delivered to the guest.
And they know their names.
And they know their names. Yeah, they're great with regulars. Even if you come in once, we're going to remember your name and treat you like you've been here a million times. So, and then in addition to that, we have a wonderful menu, a little something for everybody, if you will. And it's very health centric. So all of our entrees, everything on our menu is 600 calories or less. So we use brick oven roasting and wood fire grill to like naturally create these lighter dishes.
Like salmon is so
Oh,
good.
the cedar plank salmon is one of my favorites. We have a shrimp and grits dish that you would not believe is under 600 calories, but it is, and it's fabulous.
Grits.
We have a pork
Grits.
chop that's amazing. So the menu is just top notch. You can come here and feel free to enjoy yourself without feeling like you're overindulging. And then our mini indulgence desserts are kind of one of our
wonderful.
signatures. Yeah, absolutely. So they're these little shot glass desserts. We have 8 different flavors. A few of those rotate. A few of them stay on the menu because they're
they're
just
wonderful.
fan favorites. Just a few bites for a dessert, $3 each. Like, how could you go wrong?
Just order all 8.
Exactly.
Just
That's
one
what
bite
I tell.
each.
That's what I tell everybody.
He would order all of
Forget
them.
the entree. Just give me the side of desserts,
Yeah.
please.
For
I don't know.
Lent,
Yeah.
for Lent, I actually had to make my resolution that I would give up many indulgences because I was having one like every day at work. So I was like, you know what? For Lent, I'm going to give these up, and that'll be my
Yes,
my
I think
thing.
a lot of people gave up a lot for Lent.
Yeah.
So we're glad to be back to indulge in
Yes.
some of these wonderful wonderful things that you do have. Because, and the other thing I like about this restaurant too, is that if there's something on there that you want to substitute, they kind of don't give you a hard time about it.
Not at all.
They'll just say, okay, that's okay. I mean, it's really nice. Some people, I'm sorry, I can't do that.
Yeah.
That's going to be another $25 extra.
Yeah. If it's within reason, we are always happy to accommodate. Like, we're here to accommodate our guests and make you want to come back. So.
And that's what's so nice about it. And if you don't have a reservation, they don't kick you out.
Although on Fridays and Saturdays now, you might want to make a reservation. We've been pretty busy.
Here. And Sunday, tell us about your Easter dinner menu.
Oh, yeah. So Easter Sunday, this Sunday is coming up. We're opening special this Sunday at 10 a.m. Normally we open 11 a.m. every day, but this Easter Sunday we'll be opening at 10 a.m.
Wow.
10 to 2, we're featuring a couple brunch items, including like a crab and cheddar quiche and an upright French toast with a blueberry compote. We'll also be featuring apricot glazed ham entree all day until it sells out. And then the full menu is obviously available all day as well. So, and then you can pair that with any of our fabulous wines by the glass. We have a Riondo Rosé Prosecco that we'll be featuring that day as well. So there's just a really great offering. We're expecting to be very busy for brunch, which is going to be great. Socially distanced, of course, busy. And then dinner should be wonderful as well. So we're just looking forward to having everybody in and celebrating with their families and kind of feeling more like a normal holiday again. So,
do you think that the menu was selected? We were talking about what normal menu people like for the holiday, especially for Easter, and it's also Passover. So taking that into consideration, I know my family always had ham, scalloped potatoes, and green bean casserole. So I don't know if they do the same thing here, or they take what traditionally are people's meals. Is that what you have, Michael?
We always had ham at my house.
Yeah. So that's what we did even last year. So Easter last year was the first holiday that we did fully takeout only, which was like bittersweet. It was weird, but it was great. Like, we executed wonderfully. The ham was delicious. Everybody loved it. And it was kind of like our first big holiday featuring our green boxes, which is also, it's like a pre-cooked family-style meal for 4 to 6 guests.
Oh, so they can get it and take it home?
Yep, you order it ahead of time, 24 hours notice. And it's something we offer all the time, but holidays we offer like additional kind of more traditional style offerings for it as well. But we have those green boxes, and they were a huge hit, and it just drove our business for Mother's Day and all of the other holidays with those green boxes. So, and it gives our guests an opportunity to enjoy us at home if they're still not feeling comfortable to come out into a restaurant, or especially on a busy holiday. So it gives them that alternative to enjoy us at home. So that was a great something that our home office, our restaurant support center, kind of created as an alternative to drive sales. So
I will say that we have not gotten the green boxes from Seasons 52, but for Christmas and Thanksgiving we've ordered the food from a store here in town and have picked it up and brought it home for our meal.
Yeah.
And it's been a good success.
Chico Flay.
No.
or pizza.
It was a traditional turkey meal.
His girlfriend does not eat anything but pizza and McDonald's. So we're introducing her to new things.
We're very picky.
Right. Yeah. She's very picky. Yeah. But anyhow,
well, Thanksgiving, we always do a fabulous traditional Thanksgiving dinner, and it's very popular. So next time, give us a try.
Well, we will. And you'll have Mother's Day coming up too.
Yep,
so
absolutely.
Everybody, just make your reservations now.
Yes.
Because they'll have like 3,000 people for brunch, and then you'll have how many people for dinner?
Yes, Mother's Day is one of our busiest holidays.
And Valentine's Day. I know that for a fact.
Absolutely.
So that's good to know. You've got to plug Mother's Day now.
Yes, absolutely.
So we'll have you back on for Mother's Day. Maybe
Perfect.
we can do the show here on Mother's Day. Talk to all the mothers.
Maybe not on Mother's Day, because I'll be way busy.
You'll be too busy.
Be preoccupied.
I'll be in the weeds. No. Restaurant speak for you.
I know. Yeah. Well, this has been an absolute pleasure. I think we covered. Did we cover everything that you wanted to say?
I think we did.
We're good.
I'm happy. No disputes. Everybody's happy. I love it.
Well, the disputes, and I'm happy to say, it sounds like the disputes were resolved on their own by willing participants. So maybe they listened to the first 3 episodes.
Right? Yes, and Cecily is also, by the way, I have to mention her. I've known her for a long time. One of the greatest bartenders, do you call them?
Bartenders. Mm-hmm.
Are they?
Yeah.
Is a woman called a bartender?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just
Okay.
like women servers are just servers now. That's,
Not waiters, waitresses.
Yeah.
Okay, but she's fabulous.
thank you.
And she always, you don't even have to say anything to her. She just puts your Prosecco right there.
Yeah.
That's good service.
Yeah. No,
Yes.
she's top notch. So
She is.
We're
and
very,
she knows
very
how to
fortunate
resolve.
to have her.
She knows how to resolve issues too.
Yeah.
I told her she needs to become a mediator.
Yeah.
I think
everybody
every
needs to be a
mediator.
should take about 2 years in a restaurant and they'll learn how to,
Exactly.
to handle some
Exactly.
situations.
You got a lot of immediate conflicts.
Yes,
Right.
absolutely.
You have them, and you know how to.
My
do it.
chicken's not done.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
I didn't ask for this side.
Right.
Yeah, and as what's her name in the bakery company that we talk about all
Oh,
the time?
Amy.
Amy's
Oh,
Baking
no.
Company.
There's no ice in my lemonade.
Yeah,
Right.
you don't like it, then get out of here. I don't
Yeah,
care what you
that's-
like or not.
Okay, that lady put mangoes on pizza. I'm just not so sure about that concept.
We talk about her all the time.
That's a good example of
She's
what
a good
not to
mediation.
do.
Yeah.
What not to do for customer
She's
service.
not a good mediator. I think
No.
Gordon Ramsay tried to help her out. As a matter of fact, he ran out.
Yeah.
So you certainly don't need Gordon Ramsay to come in here and
Thank
fix
you.
your restaurant. Okay?
I would love to meet him, but I would rather not meet him under those circumstances.
Well, maybe
so.
we can get him to come in here because we have our people
Maybe get him on the show.
and get him on the show, and we could and he'd
Well-
come in here and compliment what you're doing.
He needs mediation. All he does is scream at people. He needs a little. He's a little calm
Right.
down there,
So
Gordon.
He would
Little
scare me.
woosah,
He would
yeah.
scare me. Although he is my TikTok friend.
Oh, very
Oh,
nice.
well, maybe you can reach out to him that way.
If he's real. We had a real problem with real TikTok people. But no, he does. His daughter's on TikTok.
Oh,
And she
nice.
pranks him all the time. And I love it.
That's wonderful.
So it's so cute. Anyhow,
Awesome.
we won't keep you because I know that you got to get
Rolling
back in
into
there
dinner
and
service,
serve.
yeah.
I know, but it has been an absolute pleasure, Chelsea.
Thank you.
And if anybody needs to get in touch with you, Seasons 52, they can
Mm-hmm.
go on what? They can Yelp you,
They can
They
Yelp
can
us,
go with-
TripAdvisor, Google reviews.
TripAdvisor, and
yeah.
what reservations do you use?
We go through OpenTable. So,
OpenTable's
But if you visit
wonderful.
our website at seasons52.com to the Phoenix
Okay.
location, you can make reservations straight through our website. You can give us a call at the restaurant at 602-840-5252.
And you heard that, and you
Yep.
can listen to her, which I'm excited, on Mediation Talk MD's YouTube channel,
Yes,
which we're so excited. We're going to send it to everybody.
I love it.
Yes, and the other thing is to come back again. Let's do it again. Be
I
fun.
would
Let's see how this
appreciate
goes.
that.
Be a
Yeah.
lot of fun. You're our third show
Yes,
on location.
I love it.
We're not in the studio anymore. We're
Yeah,
here.
there you go.
So-
Out in this lovely weather while we have it.
Yes, yes, I love it.
Excellent.
But thank you so much.
You're
and we
very welcome.
really
Thank you
appreciate
for
it.
coming and doing this show here today.
And if
It's
anybody
great.
wants to pop in and say hi, send them out.
All right, sounds good.
Well,
I'll see
I
if
love
I can wrangle any troops, but
Okay,
we'll see.
anytime.
All right, thank you.
All right, thanks, guys.
Okay, thanks.
Cheers.
You have a great night.
Thank you.
Happy Easter.
Bye.
Okay, thank you. Wow, isn't that great? She is so spectacular.
You gotta talk in your mic.
Oh,
there
you
you
can't
go.
hear me?
You can probably move it in front of you now because we don't have to worry about blocking.
Oh no, we got to bring Cosmo over here.
He just got himself a new chair. He's comfortable.
By the way, everybody since last week's show wanted to know where Cosmo went. So, Cosmo's talking to his dog over there. Anyhow, Cosmo went and had his pedicure while we were looking for him.
If you watch last week's video, you'll hear the dialogue where he just ups and leaves us in the middle of his security duties.
And he's supposed to be in charge of security, so we have him here today, and he's going to sit here and watch the troops go by and make sure that we're not harassed or anything happens to us, right? But he did bring his dog
We
with
do
him.
have this hallway back here with people,
Right.
shady characters coming up and down.
A lot of them. Did we see any there?
I've been keeping
Yeah.
my eye out. I've been
No, I
protecting
don't
you.
see any. But we can, if you would like to, Michael, would it be nice to have him just sit here and protect us?
If he's welcome to come sit with us.
He has a hard time hearing.
Easier to
very
keep an
much.
eye on him that way too.
Yeah, and that way he can't walk away. But he does have his dog with him.
You want to come sit
on
down?
over, Cos. He has his dog with him, and it's a comfort dog that he brings with him now. But we're going to introduce you to. You can bring your drink, Cosmo. We're going to introduce everybody to Uncle Cosmo. He's going to go out the other way because he doesn't want to walk in front of the camera because he was warned not to let anybody else walk in front of the camera. point.
I don't think it's that big of a deal.
But anyhow,
he's gone now. Again.
Michael, how's your week go?
Well, so let's do a little bit of a recap because we wouldn't even get a chance to really start the show. I pushed the intro button and then boom, we had our guest walk in. For those of you out there watching, we are at Seasons 52 here in the Biltmore Plaza in Phoenix, Arizona. It is April 2nd, 2021, the day after April Fool's.
Were you pranked yesterday?
I did not. I was not pranked. I didn't pull any pranks either. Did you?
No, I didn't pull any pranks, but Maddie pranked me.
I was going to say, you let it to TikTok pranks. What did Maddie do to you yesterday?
Maddie scared me. She hid behind the door when I thought she was in the pool and jumped out at me. And I told her I was going to have a heart attack, and she better know CPR. And I said that in front of everybody. It was really pretty funny.
This was at the house, or where was this at?
This is a swimming club.
The swim club.
Her junior Olympic practice. So she ran in and hid behind the door, and I ran in, thought she ran to the pool, but she was hiding behind the door. And she jumped out at me.
Gotcha.
Yeah, she did get me. She got me good. But she said she pranked all her friends at school yesterday. She couldn't wait till April Fool's Day.
Is school open right now?
Yeah, they're open. She's face to face. No, she was at Boys and Girls Club yesterday.
Okay.
Because they had a half day. But anyhow, she had an altercation in the pool after swim meet that she was mediating to resolve it with a bunch of bullies that were hitting one another and calling them names. So Maddie resolved it. They didn't resolve it. I usually ask her, how do you resolve your differences? It's usually rock, paper, scissors.
That's a perfectly good method at that age. It's quick, it's simple, there's a clear winner and loser, and you can't really argue about it.
No, but hers was a guy hit another kid, and her response to this whole thing was to hit him back for this kid because he hit her friend. So I gave her a lecture on, no good deeds go unpunished. Anyhow, that was funny. You had to be there.
You just said no
Come
good.
have a seat. No good deeds go unpunished.
Yes, and I wanted to mention last week after the video posted of our show, we got a somewhat of a warning from YouTube.
I told everybody
because of a small copyright infringement because we played our Asshole of the Week clip, the Dennis Leary song, and we played a little bit too much of it unintentionally, and YouTube warned us of a copyright infringement for using unlicensed material that was not owned to us.
However, Mr. Lawyer, I had warned our show that we can play copyrighted material if we played so many seconds.
So we now have a reduced version right here if you
Yeah.
want to push that, and then we have I think it's a 6 or 8 second clip.
And I told Dave Pratt this, that we got a copyright infringement notice, and he said, Diann, you've been playing that song forever and ever and ever. However, we shortened it, but you left it on when we were talking last week. I think that's what happened.
Well, and we didn't turn it off, but now it's a much shorter.
Okay. Okay, but we have an asshole. Okay. But that's when we name and nominate the
We'll do that at
asshole.
the end, but I figure we just talked about the
think that's
infringement
good.
portion.
Okay, we're sorry, Dennis Leary's friend, attorneys and copyright infringement people. Let me tell you something. It was an honor, actually, to get that notice because we know now that you're listening, and we will always give you a great, great, great comment because we love the song. So if you want to come on and sing it here, please do. You can sing it in person.
Well, and the reason why I brought that up is because we have some stereo speaker systems above us here on the patio, and I can for sure, through my headphones, I heard some Coldplay earlier and some other songs, and I'm wondering if we're going to get another warning from YouTube.
Oh, thank you.
Based on the music here from the
Well,
restaurant.
she's not going to be able to play that kind of music unless it's okay.
Well, my whole point is.
Oh, you mean being that it's on our show, we can hear
Yeah,
it.
but as YouTube told us last week, our show is not for profit. We are not a monetizing YouTube page, if you will, and so that's why
We're not allowed to take tips?
we just got warned and we didn't get suspended or anything else. So I'm hoping that we will get the same treatment this time around. That we have a small viewer base right now.
So, Michael,
Mm-hmm.
knowing that we had this warning, how did you respond to them?
I didn't.
Tell them, oh, Okay, you didn't respond to them. You didn't kind of like get into the legal jargon with them.
No,
You said thank you, didn't you?
no.
No. I
There-
didn't.
there
I
wasn't-
didn't. I didn't do anything.
There wasn't a way to respond. It was just a little
Okay.
warning on our YouTube channel.
Well, they're listening, so I'm glad they're listening. Anyhow,
Someone's paying attention.
someone's paid attention, which I'm
We
really
got
happy.
a new subscriber. That's what it was.
Yeah, maybe we get more.
YouTube support is now one of our new subscribers.
Right, we love that.
The infringement department.
Yeah, well, that's great because that's kind of like one of my specialties, with infringement, copyright infringements, proper, all of that, intellectual properties, you name it. But just that sort of thing. But anyhow, guess who's sitting here next to us? Uncle Cosmo. Wave, Cosmo. Wave. Say hi. Can you hear? He doesn't have his headset on, but we can hear him, can't we?
Did he want to listen or?
Do you want to listen to the show or do you just want to watch?
Sure.
And you got to take your hat off.
Oh, take my hand off.
No, that's okay. He has his dog there. And you got to put the headset on. He has a little bit of hard hearing, but he's going to be able to hear with the headset on. But everybody wanted to know where Cosmo went last week, right, Michael? So we have him here because we have to make sure no crazy people come through this door here.
Oh, we got someone right now sneaking up on something.
Oh, she's sneaking up. She looks suspicious too. Oh my goodness, she's shopping. She's down at.
If it was
Victoria-
nighttime, wouldn't have been able to see her.
I know.
dressed in all
I
black.
know, that's scary, but we have him here. So-
Well, they did turn the lights on. I can't really see. You can see one or two of the light bulbs up here. We are on a lit patio with some Christmas lights.
Hey, Cosmo, can you hear us now?
Yeah.
Put it on like a head. Yeah, he can fix it. But
Okay.
anyhow, we thought it would be kind of fun having Cosmo here, and
There we go.
Show mascot.
we're honoring our seniors, and we love talking about our seniors.
See,
And
Toby came in.
oh,
Toby Ann.
here into the mic.
Oh,
Okay,
she-
he
yeah.
has his dog here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and his dog's name is
Toby Ann.
Toby Ann. Can you hear her?
Yeah.
Okay, good. That's Toby Ann. I guess the Ann's after me because I bought it for him.
See Toby Ann.
Yeah. Okay. Anyhow,
Toby. Yeah.
yeah, you like that dog?
Yeah.
You do?
Oh, I go everywhere with
He
this.
goes everywhere with them. Well, that's wonderful.
Oh,
Well,
we have
Cosmo.
a good time. See?
Well, Cosmo, it's
He's having a good time.
yeah, that's great. Well, we're happy to have you here. And by the way, Toby Ann was Cosmo's 89th birthday present.
Oh,
For your birthday, we gave it to him for his 89th birthday, and he is a comfort dog for seniors, and they use him and take them into many living assistant homes and nursing facilities, and to provide comfort and joy for those seniors that would love to have a dog. And this dog is almost real. We could probably sell a lot of these on the show because he's almost like real, and he's acclimated to Cosmo's voice.
right.
So when he
Good
hears
dog.
Cosmo, his tail, his head moves, and his ears move, and his tail wags. So it's been really good comfort for him because Cosmo lives alone, and he's been a great comfort to you, hasn't he, Cosmo?
Sure. Very good
You
dog.
like him. He's a good dog. Well, Cosmo, I'm glad you brought him. He what?
Yeah. We take him out and walk him a little bit, and then he comes back in.
Yes.
Yeah, very good.
That's wonderful. He's good company for you.
Oh, wonderful.
That's great. But anyhow, we thought we'd have Cosmo and Toby sit here just to give tribute to our seniors, and whoever is out there, please, anything that you need, make sure you have the right people looking after you. And we're going to do a whole show on elder abuse and seniors, aren't we? We have
in the future,
we have a
yes.
lot of stories to tell about that.
Well,
So,
I've got a little bit of a transition into our hero of the week.
and I have a hero of the week.
Mine involves seniors.
Oh, yours involves a senior.
Not one, but a group of them actually.
Oh, well, we gotta know who yours is
Okay.
because I have one too. So let's lead into it.
Okay, well we just kind of talked about the two topics that are converging in for my hero of the week. But my hero this week is a new application. It's not a person or individual, but it's a group of individuals that run the application together with music. It was created back in December of 2020, and it was really developed because of the COVID and the lockdown situation. And what it is is the application connects seniors with younger individuals based on their music preferences. And basically, you both find a song that you like. You tell the application that you like this song. It will connect you guys, assuming you have a similar taste in music, and then suggest other songs that you like. And then you guys, it puts people on a FaceTime type call so they can talk and interact with one another in their own homes and develop a friendship. And it's something that, because as of right now, seniors are kind of locked away in their COVID isolation.
He was locked down for months.
And there's a lot of kids that are not in school right now
Because of it.
that want some face-to-face interaction. So someone looked at this and said, hey, we've got these two different groups. They might have a big age difference, but we can connect them on other levels. Let's figure out a way to do that and make it happen. And now these guys are in existence, and they've been doing that, and they've been up and running for 3-4 months now, and they've had a lot of success.
What's her name?
Together with Music is the application. They're actually based in Europe.
How hard is this going to be for someone like Cosmo or someone like my husband that can utilize this and use it without assistance?
I don't know.
Okay, well that's a problem because they have a hard time with all this.
No,
electronic stuff today.
I would venture a guess that it has to be very user friendly because it's designed for seniors by themselves to connect with someone else out in the world, and so it's got to have some sort of application where it's easy to read, minimal touching of buttons, and stuff like that.
Well, just like the Jitterbug is a phone that
George Michael, Wham?
No. This is really like a Jitterbug phone. Better be quiet. You're going to get fringement here.
I think I could do it and not have any problems because I'm not.
Let me hear you do that again. You got a good voice. Let me hear you do that again.
We're doing radio here.
No,
of course I got a voice.
Let me hear you do that.
Jitterbug.
I don't. That's very good.
I can do a lot of impersonations, if you will. I'm not Frank Caliendo, but I have some fun.
We got to turn Cosmo's microphone off because he's talking about the dog.
Oops.
Okay.
There we go. You know, it was off before, and then he started talking. I figured we wanted to interact. No, that's fine.
Okay, because the dog's barking now, and we don't want to have that. As a matter of fact, he took the dog into the doctor's office with me last week, and somebody said, I'm sorry, but you can't bring your dog in here. And he had it in a bag, and I said, well, it has papers. It was funny. It was this dog.
Oh, that dog's got papers? Yeah, receipt when you bought it.
Yeah, no, it has box. It has everything on it, you know.
So who's your hero of the week this week?
Oh, no, I want to hear more about this. So
that was all I've got.
How can anybody find them?
It was designed to combat loneliness. If you were just to go on, it's developed in Europe and England and whatnot, so I'm not sure if they have a United States application yet. But I would guess if you go to the Apple or Android store and search Together with Music, you would probably find these guys up there.
Music, I love it. Well, I love it, Michael. That's a great hero. So we'll play that after. Do you want me? You want to play that? Or you want to play it with mine?
We haven't. No, I want to hear yours, and then we'll play our new hero clip.
Okay, I can't wait to hear the new hero clip. This is a great story. My friend Paula Pratt. Hi, Paula. We celebrated her birthday yesterday for the last
Dave's
2
wife.
years. Yeah, Dave Pratt's wife.
Dave and I are LinkedIn buddies.
Oh well, Dave would be your Lincoln buddy. Dave's my LinkedIn buddy. Dave's my.
He's our real life friend too.
And he's my hero. Okay, he's one of my heroes. He's also a very good friend, and Paula's a very good friend. And Dave's going to be on the show. We're going to go to his house
on location.
Even when he's in his scruffies, we're going to interview him.
In his scruffies. His scruffies. What is that? His pajamas.
His pajamas. We're going to interview him.
His undies.
Yeah, we're going to interview him in his underwear.
It's his house, his castle, his kingdom.
He can do whatever he wants to do. He can go swimming. We're going to be right there with him. I love him.
He'll probably have his own microphone too.
Well, he has his own headset.
I know.
Microphone.
In-home studio.
Right. No, he doesn't have it in his house. He has it in his studio, but he hasn't been in his studio.
We'll bring the studio to him.
We're going to bring the studio to him. We already talked to him.
Coming to you, Dave.
We're coming. I'm coming to get you, Dave, and you know it.
We won't announce your address to the public.
And everybody knows it because of his Christmas tree lighting program that he has. Anyhow, and I'm bringing you Swedish fish. Didn't have them yesterday. But anyhow, I was with Paula. Paula told me a fabulous story. And I think it's worth talking about because she was in the Bank of America last week. And I'm looking it up because I want to make sure I have the right name here, okay? But she was in the Bank of America, and while she was in Bank of America, it was taking her quite a while to do all the transactions, you know, because of Dave's business, and she handles all the business stuff. And she had a lot of stuff to do for her mom RAP. Her mom passed away not too long ago. And so she had a lot of business to do. However, there was a woman that was parked outside in her car waiting for someone in the bank. And while she was waiting, she saw this gentleman swipe into Paula's car and hit and run. But guess what? The woman took a picture of the guy. She took a picture of the car.
License plate?
License plate, the whole thing.
Got him.
Got this guy, or this asshole of the week is one of my assholes.
Okay, so we have an asshole and a hero in the same
Yeah,
story
we got
here.
an asshole and a hero. However, the asshole is a guy that swiped my buddy's car, and the hero is Maria Spilotoro, Spilotro, and her daughter Sienna, for being such a great civic-minded person.
On top of their,
Sitting in there watching this, and then waited for Paula to come out so she could give her the picture and the information and tell her what happened. Who does that? They actually waited for Paula.
The
rather than
Spatillo
going
family.
in, because they wanted to know who this woman was whose car was swiped and didn't want to go into the bank, and they took a picture of the asshole that hit her car. So Paula wants to do something very special for her, but I want to do a shout out to you two beautiful women that took a picture and helped my friend Paula out, because we really think we need more people like you, Maria, and I think that you're wonderful, and so are you, Sienna. So Paula, you can let them know that we did the shout out on the show, and two of them are our hero.
Okay. So
What
we
do you
got
what do you think of that?
No, I think that's great. I mean, they saw something that was wrong. They went out of their way to help someone else, and hopefully, in theory, they'll get the guy that caused this problem.
Right, and they did, and they gave it to the insurance company, and the insurance company is following up. So I'm happy about that. Finally got somebody that did
All right,
that.
so we got this.
I've been hit and run so many times.
Well, that's not good.
No, I hate it. Okay, so anyhow, we got a hero of
The
the week.
Spatillos and to the Together with Music app, both making the world a better place.
I love it. Hit it. I like it.
And who said
I
Nickelback
like it.
wasn't good for anything?
I like it. We're not going to get a copyright infringement
Right?
notice, are we? That's
And now the guy that took off in the car. Oh, I didn't.
asshole.
I've got an asshole too that we haven't talked about.
Who?
So, remember
Got
last?
two assholes and two heroes. This is great this week.
We've got double duty action
We
now.
need more heroes, though, Michael.
We do need more heroes.
Yes.
It's
Anybody have a hero out there? Please let us know.
Yeah, write it down in the comments.
down
Give
in
us a
the
like.
comments.
Give us
Give us a
subscribe.
like.
Shoot us a message and say, hey, our hero is this, and hey, maybe we'll talk about it next
Yeah,
week and
and
give
you know
them some
what?
recognition.
Yeah, and also if you have an asshole, please let us know, because we can play that song now. It's legal.
So
Love
we
it.
got a B coming up over here. So anyway, last week we talked about your asshole was the
Making
guy
money.
with the Social Security Commission not giving the checks, withholding the
Oh.
stimulus.
Andrew, asshole, what's his name?
So
Yeah.
I found someone else that's kind of along the same lines. This person, I'm not going to get, the article gave his name. I'm not going to disclose that. Let's just say his name might rhyme with Wiles, Walker. I don't know. Anyway, this guy in Georgia
Wiles.
owns an auto shop.
Wow.
This Mr. Walker.
Oh, I thought you were going to talk about the Pillow Man.
No,
Okay, go.
no, not the My Pillow guy. So this guy just
Cosmo likes him. Okay, I'm sorry.
he's just an owner of an auto shop in Georgia, and he had an employee who the employee has a young infant daughter, and he had to leave her work early every day to pick the daughter up from daycare. You know, being a good father, and it was something that was disclosed to the owner of the auto shop, and it had been going on for several months without issue. And then when, for some reason, I don't know if it was a COVID stress thing, work piling up, or maybe not very much, who knows, the owner had a lot of difficulty with this guy continuing to leave work early to go pick up his daughter. And the employee doesn't really have another choice. You're not just going to leave your kid at daycare and just defend for themselves. And so ultimately, the employee got fed up with kind of giving some flack from the owner about this, and he quit. Put in his 2 weeks notice and everything else. This happened back in October, November of last year. We are now here in April of 2021, and this guy finally just received his last paycheck. And so the issue was, why was the guy withholding payment for the last 3, 4, 5 months? And it was purely just because it was a grudge against the guy, just a personal issue because he had to leave work early. He wasn't getting paid for that time he left work. It was being deducted from his check, so there was no issue there. But ultimately, the owner is just being a jerk here. And more evidence of that is, when he finally did make the last payment of the paycheck last week, instead of bringing a cash or a check like a normal person, the owner brought a bucket of pennies and dumped it in this guy's driveway. Now, I've heard of something like this before, but this is not the end of the story. In addition to just dumping, and the paycheck was in the amount of $915. So this amounted to 91,500 pennies. Pounds and pounds and buckets of pennies. So this guy dumped all the pennies in the driveway and then proceeded to dump...
But he dumped them in the driveway where the pennies were all over the
all
driveway?
over. The guy couldn't even back his car out of the driveway because the pennies were too much of an impediment to get around. So not only did he do that, then he dumped a bunch of oil all over the pennies to make them slick and greasy. And so you couldn't just take them to a Coinstar machine and cash them out. You had to clean them, wipe the oil off, package them, blah, blah.
Oh, my gosh.
And
Where
so,
was this place?
In Peachtree City, Georgia.
Okay.
And so I think
my gosh, it's
I think
upsetting
that
to
guy
me.
is a pretty big asshole for
I think he's
withholding his employees' wages because as an attorney in
gotta go
Arizona,
home.
well, I know in this state, if you don't get your last paycheck within the last 2 weeks, you can make demand upon your employer to get your monies, and you are entitled to 3 times the wrongful amount that has been withheld.
Is that right? Well, that's good to know.
And so I don't know if they have a similar provision in Georgia, but this guy should have taken some act to try to get some damage for that. Because not only did the guy withhold his rightful monies for about 4.5 months, when he finally did get it delivered, the article, when I read on through it, it took them several hours to collect all the pennies and then bring it to somewhere where they would then cash it out.
But my question is this was all because of him having to go pick up his daughter.
It was all because the owner was disgruntled for whatever reason. That is the likely reason, yes. And so the guy was just being an asshole, if you will, and decided this is how he was going to pay his employee.
Pay him back.
The only comment, and when I read the article, the author reached out to the owner, and the only comment the owner gave was, he got paid, didn't he?
Okay, so he got paid, didn't he? What kind of liability is here of what he did to his driveway with the oil and absolutely
The sheer just inconvenience of all of
cause a
it.
hazard.
Yeah, well, and in all reality, it's going to end up being just a media nightmare because we're here in Phoenix. We're 3,000 miles away from Peachtree City, Georgia, and we're talking about this guy.
Well, I'm going to talk about it on my TikTok.
Exactly.
Yes, I'll talk about that on my TikTok because I've kind of cut back a lot, but that's going to be on my TikTok. So I want to get that article.
So we've got my asshole,
That makes
Mr.
me
Walker,
so mad.
and we've got the side swiper from your story, correct?
Yes, we got Paula's Sideswiper. Okay. Oh God, I feel like I'm at home.
Okay.
When I hear that song, I feel like I'm at
Well,
home.
and we're not going to get in trouble, at least with Mr.
No.
Leary from this point forward.
No, and he's invited to come on the show, but you know what? We have 5 minutes left.
We have 5 minutes? Oh, yes.
Yes, we do. We have 5 minutes left, and we got to wrap it up because we promised that we would not be out here during their dinner service.
That's fair.
And
We don't want to cause a dispute with one of our hosts.
No, because we're in really good standing with this restaurant.
Mhm.
Okay, we know people here, so we want to do a good job, and it's going pretty fast because we didn't cover half of my notes.
Okay, and everyone,
look at all my
I've got
notes.
2 pages of
I
notes
didn't
for
even
this
pay-
show,
I didn't pay any attention
and
to
we
any
haven't
of your
even gone
notes.
over. I know you don't like my notes.
I love your notes. I just can't read them. I love your notes. I love you to death. You know that. Let's talk about your shirt.
That was the
Okay,
say.
let's
We
talk
have
about your shirt.
We
This
do
is
have
a-
a timely topic.
Oh, we got a dog. Hide your dog. We got a dog back
We
there.
don't have a dog fight.
We want a dog fight because keep the dog away.
So, because we are a visual show, you can see I'm wearing a baseball jersey. This is actually from the movie Major League. I think that was mid-90s. Charlie Sheen, Tom Berenger, a bunch of
yeah.
other people. Baseball film. Good movie.
Where'd you get the shirt?
I bought this online from
Oh,
China.
Okay.
So, but the most important thing is, or how this is timely and relevant. Yesterday, April Fool's, was opening day for Major League Baseball. One of the best days of the year, mind you, in my opinion.
I think April Fool's is too. I know how it all
I wasn't
started.
talking about April
I had a whole
Fools.
story. Oh, you're talking about
I'm talking about opening day for baseball.
Well,
Baseball.
I'm glad it opened.
Baseball. The spring, the summer is
I
here.
love it.
The
We're
weather is
here.
nice and warm because it's 90 degrees out here and it feels great.
Yes, this is great.
I'm not cold
we're
anymore.
baseball fans, and so we love that opening day.
But
okay.
for anyone that hasn't heard in the last year, the Cleveland Indians have decided to no longer go by the Indian moniker, name, or whatever you would like to describe that as. And this year, all their uniforms are just going to have Cleveland on it. And they're officially undergoing a review of the name, and in all likelihood, if they follow the same path as the Washington Redskins or now the Washington football team in the NFL, we're going to have a new franchise name for the baseball team in Cleveland.
And it's just going to be called Cleveland, not like the Cleveland Browns. It's just going to be called Cleveland.
We don't know what. I think by name they're still referred to as the Cleveland Indians, but they're not going by. They're not having this name on their shirt anymore,
know.
and they're also not going to be using the Chief Wahoo logo, which is on the sleeve here.
And
See
I know, but do you want to tell them why?
Well, it is. With the theme this country has right now with doing what's right, fair, and what have you, there's some talk, and I think you get arguments on both sides of the fence here, because there are some Native American groups that like the name Indians, whether it's Indians or I believe the North Dakota Fighting Sioux is one of the other teams that's kind of got a suspect name. The Atlanta Braves come into this discussion, and then the Redskins as well back into this. But there are some groups that are fine. They like being attributed to the name and they think it's a respect symbol. But there are other groups out there that think it is inappropriate, and so that is kind of becoming more popular in today's day and age, and thus the name is going to be removed.
Well, I think, for branding, I can understand what they're doing, and I think that Mr. Wah, Chief Wahoo, however they could call
The
it.
Wahoo Maniacs.
Right, all those people that paint their faces and everything, and that's a brand that they've had, and people have accepted all these years, except some group, of course. There's always somebody that's going to fight it and want to do something. Hello. But it could be Native American Indians.
Yeah, I'm not sure who it is.
Cleveland Native American Indians.
Well,
What's wrong with that?
Well, there's actually kind of a little bit of a running joke in the baseball community out there, if you want. And tell me if you've heard this, but there is another YouTube personality out there. Is Foolish Baseball, and
I haven't heard him.
It's a guy in Florida. He's actually kind of funny. I kind of like his page. It's Foolish Bailey, Foolish Baseball is their page on YouTube, and he kind of foresaw this issue coming about 2 or 3 years ago. And in all his baseball videos, he has always referred to the Cleveland Indians or the Cleveland Spiders. And he has always called them the Spiders. And it took me a few times looking at his videos to figure out what he was talking about. And then he actually addressed it in another video. And I thought that was kind of funny. And then here we are, 2 years after the fact, the Indians are doing a review of their name. And, we don't know what is to become of it. But I thought that was funny that this guy had the
Cleveland
foresight.
Spiders.
Because, and along with the theme of our show, it is a dispute. It is something that can be resolved, and this is not necessarily a court issue, but it is something that the team, they've received complaints from whether it's individual fans, support groups, or what have you, and they've decided that, okay, despite the fact we've had the name for, I think, 110 years.
Yeah, I think it was about that.
They've decided that, okay, society has changed over that time, and so we're going to undergo a professional review of the name, and so far they determined to remove this from their shirts, and then, they haven't made a determination on what they're going to do moving forward, if they're going to change the name, make it some other Native American symbol that's more appropriate, or go to the Spiders or something else altogether completely different. We don't know. It's yet to be determined.
Well, look what happened here with Squaw Peak.
Yes.
I mean, the same sort of thing. These activist groups got together and made sure it was changed.
So for those,
And a lot of people still call it Squaw Peak.
well, I'll tell you, I don't want to age myself. I'm not very old, but I am one of those people that is resistant to change, and I'm probably going to call the Redskins. I'm just going to think of them because I mean they've been in existence my entire
And
life.
so are the Cleveland Indians.
It's hard to change that. Like, and one way of thinking about it is
Yeah,
the
you're
Washington
right.
Wizards basketball team.
Yeah.
You know who they are.
Oh, sure.
You don't mistake them for the Washington Bullets anymore, do you?
No.
And so at some point in time, I think this will be forgotten, but you can't erase history. The Cleveland Indians won a World Series. The Washington Redskins won a Super Bowl. So you can't go back and undo the name and back in time, but moving forward, you can change that to make everyone else happy. I see you looking at your watch.
Well, that's right, because
I know we've
why?
got
We
patrons
have
coming
people-
out here.
People coming out here, and I told her, okay, we probably do need to wrap it up, but I really appreciate you bringing that up, Michael, because it's important that we know, hi, everybody, we're going to be out of your way. Tell her we're leaving. We're not going to be talking about anybody else.
Well, and it was
because-
something I wanted to bring up today with opening day yesterday,
Okay.
and this is being the first week
Yeah,
of
this is
baseball.
like-
It's a good, timely topic, and like I said, we have a mediation show. It's a dispute that's
It's a
currently
great,
undergoing
and
a
we'll
resolve.
continue bringing it up because I think we need to keep talking about it.
And,
I
and,
do.
and there are more issues like this that you'll see. There are local teams that are changing their names. There's a high school in my area, the Thunderbird Chiefs.
They have to change everything now.
So
They tell her we're on our way out. Okay. Anyhow, Michael, I'm really happy that we had the show here today. It's Seasons 52. Everyone make a reservation for Easter. Hurry up and do it. Also for Mother's Day. We are happy to be here at the Biltmore Fashion Park, and we hope to be invited back because I think we were very good, and if we get out of here in time, we'll
yeah,
be
we
able
don't
to
want to
make-
stay too late and cause a
No.
problem because
We have
everyone
people here
knows.
who needs to
Conflict
eat.
resolution is my
No.
job.
We don't want to lose our job, right?
Exactly.
Anyhow, so do you have an ending theme? Did you do an ending theme?
I
for
didn't.
the
I can
show?
make one for next time, but
Okay.
I was just gonna say, hey, if you enjoyed our show, thank you for watching.
Yep.
We'll be here again. Where are we doing our
And
next
then-
show?
And hey, everybody, we're supposed to be up at Base Pizza, and we'll end it by saying, hey, everybody, take that emotion out of the commotion. Don't litigate, just mediate with Mediation Talk. And hey, come back again real soon. Have a great night.
Give us a
Bye.
like. Give us a subscribe. We'll catch you next time.
Bye-bye.
Later.
Wave, Cosmo. Wave. Bye, everybody.